Hi, Joe Cerrone. Welcome to CAD 118 Advanced AutoCAD and our weekly Zoom classroom meeting. So we're back at our regular time at 11 o'clock using the same link that we always use for our Zoom classroom meetings. And student assistance is available, and so if you would like to get some additional help, Wednesday mornings over at the Skokie campus I'm available. Thursdays as well in the afternoon. Fridays online, and Sundays at the Skokie campus in person at those times. And so you're welcome to come in. Give us a heads up if you would like some additional assistance. Just email Al and I, and we'll be happy to go through any of these techniques that you might have. We've released Module 4. Module 4 is this mesh modeling aspect, and it's really kind of neat. It's something that you don't see in some of these other CAD programs. And so I thought we would cover the mesh modeling aspects, and there's some good videos on how to create these different mesh and surface models as we go through and work with our CAD skills. What's due today is Module 3, and so this is due at 11:59, where we modeled the table and then we modeled this mechanical part based on these architectural drawings. And so as we look at the outline in our calendar, Module 3 is due today, and then Module 4, it's not due next week but the week after that, because next week is spring break and there's no class. And so as we continue to work on improving our skills, we can look under the content area. Here's our Module 3. Here's the PDF documents for each of those projects. And I used the textbook that we were using last year regarding the user coordinate system, because the UCS is really the key to understanding 3D modeling. Things like the right hand rule, where your x-axis is your thumb and your y-axis is the fingers, and then Z would be perpendicular to those two fingers in the positive direction of rotation. And so as you start to learn how to create what I call 2.5D to 3D, and then working with things like these primitives, we can then learn these different skills. And so as we look at working with different views, isometrics, visual styles, etc., and our construction techniques, basically we've been going through and creating these shapes from 2D and then using commands like extrude to make them into 3D. And then if we backtrack into our Module 3, we create this architectural, and then here's our mechanical. And as I said, I have videos on how to create each of those. And so that's due today. If you need an extension, you can always request one. And then 4, with mesh modeling, I thought this was kind of interesting. It's an angle that AutoCAD does quite well, where they'll create these different mesh types of models, and we can bring these into 3D printers and be able to export them as STLs and 3D print them. And I thought, well, that's kind of neat. It's kind of looks like something we'd see at the Skokie campus with the way their interior design is developed. And so again, we'll just follow the textbook on those labs. The labs are located here. You download the practice files, and here's the teacher videos on how to create those different models. And then if we take a look at those, so for example, here's our project 3.1. What I've done is I've just put them onto an Oakton title block so that we can see them. Shift middle mouse wheel allows me to kind of navigate around through it. And then we're working on these different modeling techniques, which are really quite different compared to most of our AutoCAD stuff. So I created this video here. Module 4, creating meshes. In this chapter, that we're updating, and we kind of go through these different modeling techniques as we go through and work with it. And the book doesn't match perfectly to the assigned to the way the interface looks, so I've tried to tie that together in the videos. And so as you can see, here's our exercise, and I'll go through and I'll set these different settings according to the way the textbook does. Settings like being able to grab the faces, and then being able to take those sub-objects and then to stretch those to 15 units higher. And then, like I say, the textbook doesn't match exactly, and so I was able to kind of follow where they were going with that to be able to use the smoothing. And what we did was you click on the object and then you right mouse click and you go into the quick properties. You can apply the different filters to those. And then, as I said, here it is, and then the mesh, and then your smoothness values. You can change, and it smooths them out really quite a bit. So that's the video for the first exercise. If we come back to the main splash page, we have videos for the other exercises as well, 2, 3, and teacher videos. And then I'm working on the next module, Module 5, and I decided not to go into the textbook chapter for 4 because it just was more of surface modeling, and really solids are where we want to be. And so working with extrude, loft, revolve, and sweep are excellent commands. And so we'll download and create this architectural path, this vase type exercise, this ice pick, and then they have a project exercise for creating this 3D piping example. And so that's where we're at this point. We'll get some more mechanical assemblies after spring break. And for now, everybody is doing well. Everybody's on task. We'll basically continue with Module 4. It'll be due the week after spring break. And then we'll go into 5. And then we'll start creating assembly models. With that, I'm going to stop the recording and post it. Remember, if you have any questions, just email us in D2L and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Alrighty, have a nice spring break, and we'll talk to you when we get back.